Hello, happy Tuesday. Being able to get back out in the garden again this week, and I'm hoping no one starts up their lawnmower, no one starts up their trimmer, because it's a really peaceful, calm energy this morning outside. So I'm just going to pop on and talk to you a little bit about the astrology of this week and that really powerful full moon in Sagittarius. So this week is so good, and there's so much I needed to say. I even made some notes this week to really make sure that we encapsulate everything that's going on and everything that I was really feeling when I tapped into the energy last night. So Sol, our sun, has moved into the sign of Gemini, and there's been a real shift in energy. So we've moved from that beautiful, earthy, grounded Taurus season, that place of beauty, of abundance, where we feel deeply connected to the earth. And for me, it's always a season of really enjoying nature and being outside, but it's a season where you really start to see the tangible rewards of all your efforts in the garden as well. And then yesterday, Sol, about lunchtime, moved into what I would only describe as very airy, very flighty Gemini. So Gemini is the quick silver goddess of communication. She is often seen as the scribe. She is often seen as the dual face of the goddess. So she is both the light and the shadow. If you look at the glyph for Gemini, those two pillars, it's almost as if the high priestess in the tarot card sits between those two pillars, the light, the dark, the duality. It's all about finding that balance between the two and integrating both parts within you. So the Gemini goddess is also the keeper of the Akash. She is the one who writes the cosmic laws, the cosmic mysteries. She is here to show us duality, and she's here to show us the multifaceted nature of truth. Because truth, there isn't just one truth, there are so many different versions of truth. And I feel that during this Gemini season, we're really going to see that. We're really going to see different aspects of truth arising, different facets of truth arising, and different dimensions of truth arising as well. So what's right in 3D may not be your 5D truth. So lots going on. So really taking that time to stand in your power, to stand in your truth and speak your authentic voice. I know I've said this a lot, but it's so important that we move away from the homogenization of where we're going spiritually and on the ascension path, and start to hear the individual voices who are really enacting change and enacting change from the heart. So we're really finding that oneness in the collective, and I've really noticed kind of doing my own work as well, that real homogenization, that everyone is speaking the same language, everything is talking the same, everyone's kind of jumping on the same bandwagons. What we're really looking for now are the true authentic leaders who are slightly quirky, slightly weird and wonderful, who are speaking their truth from their heart, and they're not necessarily going with the collective spiritual hurt. So it's quite a controversial topic, and I'd really like to hear your thoughts on that, because we need to move away, we need to step into our individual identity within the collective. As the collective rises, our individual selves begin to really sparkle, and we're all moving for that collective shift in humanity, and we're just going to stamp our own way of doing on it. So what else is the goddess of Gemini? She's very much related to Bladioeth. So Bladioeth is very much a shape-shifting goddess. If you know the myth, she was created from a flower. She then betrayed her husband and was transformed into an owl. So it's all about shape-shifting. It's all about changing energy. If we were looking at the gods related to that, it's very much like Loki, the trickster energy, the magician in the tarot, the teacher, the sharer of wisdom, the eternal student. And if we look at the goddesses again, she's very much like Sarasvati as well, the goddess of speech, of knowledge and of music. So real themes of communication, speech, speaking coming out over the next 4 weeks in this beautiful Gemini season. So let's look at the week ahead. So we're on Tuesday, we're now in Gemini season. tomorrow Sol trines Pluto, so really bringing that Plutonic energy, that really beautiful angle, which is really going to shine a light on some of the darker, deeper aspects that need to come out. But it's really supportive, particularly if you are working with Pluto at the moment. And if, like me, you have a lot of placements in Scorpio and you've got Pluto in Scorpio, it's really going to support that deep inner work that you are doing. And then on Thursday, this is the exciting part, the first exciting part of 2 parts of the week, but we have the full moon in Sagittarius. So we may be seeing this very much as a completion moon. It's really bringing up the aspects that we may have laid down, excuse me, at that new moon in Sag in December. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to be completing. So what I'd really recommend you do is go back, check your journal. I'm going to do this and see what intentions you seeded. And when we talk about the cosmic archeress of Sagittarius, it's often about our spiritual goals. It's often about sharing and seeking our truth as well. So go back, have a look if you made those intentions, and see what's happening, what's completing for you, what still needs some work, and what has fallen away because it's no longer aligned with you and who you are. It feels like it's going to be a super emotional full moon. I'm fairly lunar. I am moon in Sagittarius. This is my moon coming up. And yeah, it really feels like we need to kind of ride the emotions, let it all out. If you can spend that full moon in a place of rest, in a place of more mindful movement, in a place where you are not distracted by the external, to allow you to do the internal, that will really work. I know it's so difficult when we have lives, but even if you can just find 10 minutes, even if it's just to do what I used to do in the corporate world and go and lock myself in the loo for 10 minutes and just ground and recalibrate myself, would be really, really important. So we've got this beautiful full moon. It's going to stick with that at the moment, but it's going to be a really beautiful day, intense if you're energy sensitive as well. So, but I really think as we get into the weekend, we're going to feel a dramatic shift around this full moon. Why? Because even though we have got, at the moment of this full moon, we've got Sun, Venus, conjunct with Urania and Jupiteria. So we've got Sol in Gemini, Venus moving into Gemini, Urania and Jupiteria still in Taurus, but it's all conjunct this full moon at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. So I'm taking it about 5-degree angle there. So there's going to be lots and lots of energy. Jupiter is going to expand. Urania is going to open your vision to new ways of being. Venus is reminding you to love yourself, and Sol is just firing you up about speaking your words. So you're going to be super, super powerful, because what happens then after this full moon, we're just kind of integrating all this beautiful energy, and then Jupiter flies into Gemini. Tips, really, not really flying planet, but she really brings in a new energy. So as she explodes into Gemini, she's going to bring a lot of luck and expansion to the sign. So if you're Gemini, this is going to be time for luck, expansion, growth. And just check your chart. Do you have any placements in Gemini which will be expanded? So do you know what house Jupiter is going to be moving into? Do you know your birth chart? If you don't, drop me a DM. We can go and do a birth chart reading for you. But really noticing if you've got any placements, they're going to be expanded by Jupiter. So for me, I've got my North Node in Gemini, so Jupiter's really going to expand that forward trajectory of where I am going. But on the whole, the theme of Jupiter in Gemini is really about expanding communication. It's about writing, it's about travel. So it is a great time to write. It's a great time to launch your book. It's a great time to get connected, to expand your network. So budding writers, start writing now. If, like me, you've already written the book and you're going to launch in Jupiter in Gemini, good luck. And I really get the feeling that, you know, more books, more writing, more creativity will be coming out of all of us. So really taking this time while Jupiter is in Gemini, about 1.5 years off the top of my head, to really get into this energy, to really expand. It is going to be fast paced. It is going to be quite flighty at times, but really allowing your imagination to soar, allowing yourself to really create. So set that intention perhaps at this full moon that you are really going to leverage that Jupiter in Gemini energy You're going to leverage it for you, for your personal growth, for your spiritual growth. What messages do you want to share? Do you need to be the individual within the collective that is really standing out and sharing new and innovative ways of communicating, of writing, of travel? But I'm also seeing new and innovative ways of healing. It's about sharing and speaking what is coming through for you. So it feels like a super fast-paced week, a very, very forward motion kind of week. So I am going to finish with the advice I give you, I always give my clients, is really stay hydrated. Keep moving that water through you to push and wash through those emotions. Get grounded, get outside as much as you can. And from one of my favourite films, I'm just going to say, buckle up, buttercup. It feels fast, it feels massively expansive. So enjoy your week. Set those intentions for that full moon. Go back to your journal. What intentions did you set at the new moon in Sag? What's coming to fruition? What needs to be changed? What needs to be let go of? So really release under this full moon, and then set some intentions of how you personally want to leverage that Jupiter in Gemini energy. What stamp do you want to create on the world? So I'll be back on Thursday, I hope. Apologies for not being there last Thursday. I was totally wiped out by the energy, and there's no point muttering and stuttering at a camera when you really don't feel 100%. So I'll be back on Thursday. It will be full moon. I don't know what's going to come through. I'm going to see if it's more of a channel message rather than astrology. So let's not worry about that. Let's go into the rest of this week. Set those intentions for that beautiful full moon and get excited about Jupiter moving into Gemini. The energy is really going to shift. So I'm sending you so much love. Feel free to comment below if you want a birth chart reading. Just drop me a DM. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put some links below. So sending you so much love and enjoy Gemini season. Take care.